Hey everybody, welcome to the random game Unshrinking. The game I have here today is called JSF, Joint Strike Fighter, and it's a combat flight sim, which is a fun genre to play in if the game itself is any good. Now, is this game any good? I don't know. The main reason I bought it is because it has this really cool Eidos trapezoid box, which I started buying them if I could find them cheaply, which is not that difficult apparently for most of these games. There's a few famous ones like Thief and Tomb Raider, and then there's these forgotten ones like JSF. So I want to check it out and see what it's about. It says here on the back, looks like it got some jelly on it or something, but it says here, it's the first ever, if you can read that, it's hard to see, but it's the first ever to feature the revolutionary ISF graphics, okay, fine. First ever to feature the two prototypes for the Pentagon's first new Joint Strike Fighter, Boeing's X-32 and Lockheed Martin's X-35. Now that sounds pretty interesting. If they got some prototypes of a new jet, and I don't know which one won that contract, Boeing or Lockheed. First ever to model 10 million square miles of beautifully rendered terrain. So it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like it could be good. And the pictures not look extremely impressive. But then again, this is like early 3D. Let's see here the year. It does not, but it's Windows 95, so it's probably around 95 or 96. Unfortunately, most of these Eidos trapezoid boxes, they have a flap that opens up in the front that you can see a bigger picture of the front cover. This one does not, so it's a little bit cheapo version of that, but it's still cool, and I still wanted to pick it up and see what's inside and check out the game. So without further ado, let's open this thing up. It's not really shrink, so it's not really done shrinking. These things were sealed by these pieces of tape. The reason why is because most of them did have the gatefold flap that you could open up, so it wouldn't make sense to shrink wrap them. Even though this one doesn't, I guess they still use the same pieces of tape, which are very easy to open. Just, there you go, done. And now, open it up on the side here. We got the trapezoid cardboard. Ooh, what's that? It looks like a very thick manual. Flight sims have like very thick manuals sometimes because they gotta explain to you what the heck you're doing if you're not a pilot, which I'm not. Joint Strike Fighter. Oh my gosh. How many pages is this? 150 pages. You can see there at the bottom, you can see 150 pages. Preface, how to use this manual. Hey, I want to shoot something. So I guess if you want to just get into the game and just do that and start shooting something, there's probably a way to skip a lot of this material. But I think if you're serious about this and you really want to know what it's like to fly these Boeing and these Lockheed prototypes, you're gonna have to read this whole thing in black and white. Here's a section on aerial maneuvers. Is that how you spell that? It's like, I guess, like orchestral maneuvers in the dark, but I don't know you actually spell it that way. Anyway, appendix, missiles, planes. So I guess if you're actually in the aeronautics industry, or if you're a naval pilot or something like that, there's probably a lot of good material here. But I don't know. It's a lot for me to read. So we'll see how much of that I actually got to read. What else is in here? I'm expecting... Oh, wow, this is a little bit disappointing. Let's see what's in here. So usually these Eidos games came with like a digipack or a cardboard folder, like instead of a jewel case. This one, all it is a little paper sleeve with the CD in it. I don't see any, well, very light scratches, but that's usually what you get when you use a paper sleeve. I don't see anything to make me think that it's not new. So basically, this seems like the cheapo version of the Eidos packaging. Here it says on it, copyright 1998 Eidos on the CD. So this might be really the tail end of their trapezoid releases, where they still have this trapezoid box, but they gave up on the front fold-out thing, and all you get basically is the CD to sleeve and a manual, which is a pretty nice manual, but not in color and not too exciting, unfortunately. But I'll try the game out, see how it is. I was wondering if anybody else have ever even heard of this game, let alone played it. If you have some comments or some nostalgia about it, please leave some comments. Regardless, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, try to spread the word around. If you like these videos, keep them coming, and have a really great day, everybody.